Yeah, good morning, team. Finance Bill 2023 has been passed in Lok Sabha with 64 amendments. So STT has been hiked, but in that, there is a slight error, is what the government is saying. But still, there is a 25% hike in STT, and 20%, 10% was the withholding tax for royalty. Now it has become 20%. It is slightly negative for MNC company. The impact will not be known. Forex reserve now last week has jumped highest weekly since November 2022. India has the fifth largest reserve in the world as of February 2023 as per RBI notification. So last week $12.8 billion were added. So now we have $572.8 billion as per week ended March 17. PNB rises rupees 794 crore via 81 bonds against indicative amount of 2,000. It is slightly negative because they thought 2,000 crores they will rise, but because interest rates are very high, 81 bonds are not too attractive for anybody. Government approved an electronic manufacturing cluster EMC in Dharwad in Karnataka to bring investment worth of 1,500 crore and generate jobs of 18,000 people spread over 224 acres in Kotur, Bellur in Dharwad district. This is in Karnataka. NICA has seen top 5 level exit, which is worrisome. No, there are a lot of exit from NICA. After their bonus issue, things have gone very bad. We have not been recommending the stock and still we are negative on the stock. India's average rainfall is 117 centimeter versus world average of 110 centimeter. But a report says, government report says, Maharashtra will have a problem because there is one region which gets excess rainfall. There is one region which gets very less rainfall. So the water flowing regions are near the coast, but the internal regions don't get. So it is a very tricky situation. And if it is not addressed in next few years, we will have a huge loss, is what the report is saying. Pentagon, which is an iPhone manufacturing company from Taiwan, it has second iPhone facility in India. Company has 10% share in Apple iPhone production in India. Likely to be, the unit will be in Mahindra City, Chennai. RBI imposed 30 lakh fine on Karur Vysya Bank as per RBI inspection, February 21st to March 4th of 2022. The bank failed to report few accounts as fraud. So that is why they have imposed penalty on Karur Vysya Bank. Manappuram Finance has got a board approval to raise 8,000 crores in FY24 in non-convertible debenture. Their total AUM is 31,883 crores. Shaile Hotel, a few days before, acquired Duke's Retreat 80-room resort spread over 7.5 acre. So this 7.5 acre was not given in their initial report. So I thought I will add this. So it is a huge property. So the management was in CNBC and they said we will increase our capacity by 50%. And already the capacity utilization or room occupancy ratio is 70%. So they need to increase it. NSE cancelled 6% hike in transaction charges on equity and F&O trades from April 1st. Aishana Housing is confirmed highest bidder in Haryana State Industrial Infrastructure e-auction. So they have got about 43,708 square meter of land, and the saleable land will be 10,30,000 square feet. It is in Mansrevar, Gurugram. So Ashiana has been in news in multiple things. So that is one stock to watch out for. Paytm announces launch of its upgrade payment platform powered by 100% indigenous technology. Happiest Mind announced its strategic global partnership with PIMCore, an open source digital platform that aggregates, enriches, and manages enterprises. Imami is saying it will go for a buyback. It will be an open market buyback. So I don't think we need to give the share. So this will have the shares at slightly elevated level. It is for 186 crore and it will be non-promoter participation. So promoter will not sell in this. So the price up to 450. There is no guarantee that they will buy at 450. They can buy at any price, but the maximum cap is 450. Power Grid NCD for 600 crore with green show option for 500 crore would be issued. Tube Investment and Premji Invest acquired Lotus Surgical Private Limited. Tube Investment will hold 63%. Premji Invest would hold 33%. So Tube investment will be 233 crores. Century Textiles transferred leasehold right in leasehold land admeasuring 220 acres situated in Gujarat, Brouch for 254 crores, including to Grasim. It is positive for both. And we need to understand it is a leasehold land. It doesn't belong to Century Textile and they are not using it. So that has been transferred for a monetary benefit to Grasim. And the government approval has also come. So WS Industry has paid 107 crores to Central Bank of India, Hyderabad for 254 acres of land situated at Chunga Chatram, Tamil Nadu. Company plans to develop a modern logistic park. Electro Steel Casting plans to set up new ferroalloy plant with 9 MVA 2 capacity in Andhra Pradesh, one village in Andhra Pradesh. So here there are few corporate governance issues which I would like to make it to so that you don't fail buy the share. Promoter of Secure Cloud, KLOUD, Tech. They were arrested in money laundering case in January. The money laundering case, but they have a history of being frauds for a very long time. In January 2021, 8K Miles rebranded itself as Secure Cloud. Promoters Suresh Venkatachari and RS Ramani were arrested. So even in 2019, Deloitte flagged false disclosure now. So this is one company where corporate governance is an issue. If any of your clients are holding this stock, please caution them. And one more company was Modulex Construction Technology, where similar corporate governance issue was raised by the independent director Sandeep Kurana, and he wrote about 80-page letter to the exchanges. So here also one has to be very careful. Larsen aims to capture 30% of the Indian market share for electrolyzer once its technology with McPhee Energy France goes on stream. So this is also positive for this thing. Zentech secures order for 127 crores. So Zentech is something connected with defense and they regularly are getting these kind of orders. So with that, over to you, Hitendra.
Thank you and good morning everyone. हम इस कॉल को हिंदी में करेंगे स्टार्ट करते हैं। इंडसइंड बैंक है। इंडसइंड बैंक ने अपॉइंट किया है विकास इंक्लूसिव थे जो कि सीईओ रहेंगे और हेड मेंबर रहेंगे 100% सब्सिडी जो इनकी भारत पे इंक्लूजन है। इंडसइंड बैंक ने कहा कि इनकी अपॉइंटमेंट जो थी वो हेड ऑफ मेंबर सब्सिडी थे और एक वेटरन बैंकर रह चुके और 27 इयर्स का एक्सपीरियंस रह चुका है और माइक्रो फाइनेंस रिटेल बैंकिंग कंज्यूमर फाइनेंस जैसे जोन्स में। और इनकी जो मोस्ट रिसेंट स्ट्रीम देखिएगा तो आरबीएल बैंक में थे जहाँ पे वो एमडी और सीईओ थे माइक्रो फाइनेंस डिवीजन के और उन्होंने FY20 जो हमारे FY20 एस्टिमेट्स उसको बाय रेटिंग रखा है 630 के प्राइस टारगेट के साथ। सेकंड देखेंगे क्रेडिट कार्ड का डेटा जो है वो डेटा जो अभी का डेटा देखा जाए तो स्टेबल ही है। फरवरी 23 में जो कि 83.4 मिलियन है जो कि 60% हायर है ईयर ऑन ईयर और 17.4% आया था जैन 23 से, बट मंथ ऑन मंथ पे देखा जाए तो 1.1% कार्ड एडिशन देखे जाए तो मॉडरेटली थे जो कि 0.9 मिलियन पे थे। मेजर प्लेयर्स में देखा जाए तो एसबीआई ने 3 लाख कार्ड किया जो कि कंटिन्यू कर रहा है न्यू एडिशन में और एक्सिस बैंक ने 2 लाख कार्ड ऐड किया, आईसीआईसीआई बैंक ने 0.8 और एचडीएफसी ने 0.6। स्पेंड में देखा जाए तो अभी भी 1 ट्रिलियन मार्क का स्पेंड दिख रहा है 12 कंसेक्यूटिव मंथ में, और 1.2 ट्रिलियन का दिख रहा था सब 23 में। सो वॉल्यूम ऑफ ट्रांजेक्शन भी मॉडरेट है, जबकि उनकी स्पेंड के हिसाब से चल रहे थे। तो वो आगे लगता है कि जो कार स्पेंड घटने से पॉजिटिव रहेगा ट्रेंड को चलते, ई कॉमर्स के स्पेंड में भी इसमें आ रहे हैं, और जो ट्रैवल रेज्यूम होगा। एसजी इंफ्रा की हम एक साइट विजिट की हुई, जो कि गंगा एक्सप्रेस वे प्रोजेक्ट है। एसजी इंफ्रा ने इसे वन किया था Q1 23 में, जो कि अपॉइंटेड डेट थी। और प्रोजेक्ट कॉस्ट देखा जाए तो 44 मिलियन के आसपास का प्रोजेक्ट कॉस्ट है, जो कि कंपनी का 5% हुआ है कि Q3 FY23, और शेड्यूल इसका कंप्लीशन होना 27 मंथ में, जो कि January 5 में रहेगा। और इसमें से जो देखा जाए तो और अगर जल्दी कंप्लीट करते हैं 24 मंथ्स में, तो उनको कंप्लीशन बोनस 500 मिलियन का मिलेगा। लैंड एक्विजिशन ऑफ कोर्स 92% हो चुकी है, 55% ऑफ द स्ट्रक्चर भी प्रोग्रेस में आ चुका है। ओवरऑल ये कंपनी ने क्लैरिफाई किया कि जो उनकी जो पेमेंट इशू थी, जो कि क्लाइंट अडानी रोड के साथ था, वो पेमेंट उनके एज पर नॉर्म्स के हिसाब से आ रही है, और टर्म गाइडेंस के हिसाब से भी चल रहा है। सो मिड टर्म में कंपनी ने टारगेट किया 15 से 20% का टॉप लाइन ग्रोथ, और जो मार्जिन है 15 से 20% रहेंगे, और उनको जो मॉडरेशन में चाह रहे हैं कुछ, जिससे वो भी एक्सपेक्टेड है कंक्लूड होने के लिए आफ्टर तक। नेक्स्ट न्यूज है बीईएल के। बीईएल ने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट वोन किया 3000 करोड़ का डिफेंस मिनिस्ट्री के साथ, जो कि सप्लाई करेगा इंटीग्रेटेड इलेक्ट्रॉनिक वॉरफेयर सिस्टम, और कंपनी ने रिसीव किया है 7 कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, जो कि एग्रीगेट किया 1300 करोड़ के आसपास का ड्यूरिंग लास्ट फोर्टनाइट में इंडियन नेवी से। हाल में भारत ने कहा कि वो सेल करेंगे अपना एंटायर इन्वेस्टमेंट डालमिया सीमेंट भारत का, जो कि डालमिया भारत फैक्ट्रीज में था। सर्वप्रिय हेल्थ केयर को 800 करोड़ में सर्वप्रिय हेल्थ केयर सोल्यूशन एक प्रमोटर ग्रुप कंपनी है, और लाइन में जो स्ट्रैटेजिक नॉन कोर बिजनेसेस को एग्जिट करने का है। महिंद्रा ने कहा कि एक्वायर करेंगे 7.6 करोड़ इक्विटी शेयर्स, और उनकी जो सब्सिडी महिंद्रा एरोस्पेस का, और उनकी जो शेयर होल्डिंग है उसको बिकेंगे 100% पे, और ये सम रहेगा 32 करोड़ के आसपास का। राइट्स ने कहा कि उन्होंने एक जेवी पार्टनर किया है सिक्योर प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट कंसल्टेंसी वर्क के साथ, जो कि आसाम हेल्थ बेस्ड शिपिंग प्रोजेक्ट है, और ये लाइकली कॉस्ट इसका 122 करोड़ का रहेगा। राइट्स का शेयर इसमें 77 करोड़ का रहेगा। सो ओवरऑल हमारी होल्ड रेटिंग है राइट्स के टारगेट पर 371 के साथ। जैसे हम देख रहे हैं फाइनेंस बिल लोकसभा में पास हो गया है, और कुछ अमेंडमेंट्स आए। सबसे पहले मेन अमेंडमेंट है जो एससीटी की रेट हाइक की थी 25% में, और 25% में एससीटी की रेट हाइक की गई, जो कि क्लैरिफिकेशन दिया गया। पेट्रोलिंग जो था उसको 10% से बढ़ा के 20% कर दी गई है। सो ओवरऑल ये सेंटिमेंटली नेगेटिव रहेगा एमएनसी के लिए। सेकेंडली फॉरेक्स रिजर्व में हमने जब देखा है वीकली बेसिस पे, एज पर आरबीआई के हिसाब से अभी करंट हमारी होल्डिंग है 572.8 बिलियन। पीएनबी बैंक 2000 करोड़ जुटा रहा था 81 बॉन्ड से, बट वो उतना जुटा नहीं पाया। 784 करोड़ की रेज है, बिकॉज इंटरेस्ट रेट राइज ओवर 81 बॉन्ड से पीछे एलोकेटेड नहीं दिख रहा एज एन इन्वेस्टमेंट। नायका की हमने देखे कि फ्राइडे को न्यूज थी कि टॉप लेवल मैनेजमेंट एग्जिट हुए 5 सीनियर पीपल ने एग्जिट, और पोस्ट बोनस हम देख रहे हैं ऐसे बहुत सारे एग्जिट्स आ रहे। तो करंटली हमारी इसके ऊपर अभी भी ये एक जिनके पास भी शेयर होल्डिंग है उसे एक्सेप्ट कर देना चाहिए। पेंटागन ने कहा कि वो आईफोन मैन्युफैक्चर जो ताइवान में उसको अभी वो इंडिया में भी ला सकते हैं, और प्रोडक्शन वो इंडिया में भी लेके जाएंगे। करोड़ वैसे बैंक को 30 लाख का फाइन लगाया, क्योंकि उन्होंने फील की इम्पोर्ट करने में किसी फ्रॉडलेंस अकाउंट है, आरबीआई ने फाइन लगाया गया है। मनपुरम 8,000 करोड़ जुटाना चाहेगा एनसीडी के जरिए। टोटल उनके यूएम देखा जाए तो अप्रूवल मिल चुका है इसके लिए, और इनके यूएम देखी जाए तो 31,000 करोड़। शाली ऑटो ने जो कि डीप्स लैंड अप्लाई एक्वायर किया था, उसकी जो टोटल अगर लैंड पार्सल साइज देखा जाए 7.3 करोड़, और उसकी जो कैपेसिटी है 50% है, उसे वो बढ़ा के 50% से और बढ़ाएंगे। और जो रूम की ऑक्यूपेंसी वो 70 to 80% है। एनईसी अपने ट्रांजेक्शन चार्जेस पे रेट हाइक कर रहा था अप्रोक्सीमेटली 6%, और इक्विटी रेफरेंस में तो उसने कैंसिल कर दिया और रद्द कर दिया। पेटीएम ने भी अपना जो पेमेंट प्लेटफॉर्म उसका अपग्रेड करके इंडिविजुअली पब्लिक ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन। इमामी ने एक ओपन मार्केट बायबैक अनाउंस किया 186 करोड़ का, उसमें नॉन प्रमोटर पार्टिसिपेशन रहेगा, और आपको 450 रुपीज तक के बायबैक करनी है। पावर ग्रिड ने भी कहा कि वो एक 600 करोड़ का एनसीडी लेके आ रहा है, उसमें ग्रीन शू ऑप्शन रहेगा एडिशनल 500 करोड़ का। ट्यूब इन्वेस्टमेंट्स और प्रेमजी इन्वेस्टमेंट्स ने टोटल एक लोटस कंपनी में इन्वेस्टमेंट किया है 63% और 33% रिस्पेक्टिवली। दो स्टॉक्स है सिक्योर क्लाउड, जिनकी कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस इश्यूज है, और ये स्टॉक्स में डू रहना चाहिए। सिक्योर क्लाउड और मॉड्यूलेक्स। बेसिकली सिक्योर क्लाउड में देखा जाए तो उनकी जो प्रमोटर ने अरेस्ट किया गया मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग केसेस में, और इन्होंने अपने स्टॉक को रीब्रांड किया गया। पहले एके माइल के नाम से जाना जाता है, सूरज वेंकट टेक्नोलॉजी है। तो किसी क्लाइंट के पास होल्डिंग उसे इमीडिएटली एक्सेप्ट करना चाहिए। सेम वही मॉलिक्यूल के कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस इशू है। संदीप खुराना जो इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर, उन्होंने 80 पेज का लेटर लिखा गया है एनएससी को। लार्सन ने कहा कि वो इलेक्ट्रोलाइजर मार्केट में अपना 30% का तक का मार्केट शेयर कैप्चर करना चाहेंगे। सेंटेक जो कि डिफेंस कंपनी है, 127 करोड़ का ऑर्डर मिला है इंडियन आर्मी से।
Technical and derivatives outlook. So with Nifty, we saw that there was a breakdown in Nifty and we closed below 17,000 level. 16,945 was the close and the market was down by 131 points. Basically on Friday, there was a lot of selling, or basically realty, metals, PSU banks, oil and gas, which saw a very deep correction, while as the pharma and IT also were traded in red. So looking at the chart pattern, I believe that we are going to trade in the range for the next couple of days. 16,800 to 17,200 is the immediate range, and overall the base for the Nifty, I believe, can be seen close to 16,600, or might be in the worst case scenario 16,500. So that can be the lower side. Higher side 17,500. So this is the bigger range. Only in the near term, whenever the Nifty trades and close strongly above 17,500, then there will be a change in trend. But then till then, this index is going to be in a range. The shorter range is 16,800 to 17,200, which would be the range for the current week. So we are cautious. Lower side, maybe close to 16,800. We will be looking for the stock specific buy. The same with the Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty 40,000 was a very strong resistance, and during the week it has made an attempt to cross 40,000. But somehow the Friday there was a selling in the market. Bank Nifty closed at 39,294. Even the Bank Nifty now looks like at 40,000 there is a lot of call writing, and we can see a little bit of distribution at 40,000 level. So I think in the near term, maybe for the next 1 or 2 trading sessions, this 40,000 levels is going to act as a resistance. Lower side, the immediate support is at 38,500. So we'll keep a watch at those points. If market finds supports and we see some reversals, then we'll start taking the stock specific buy at those levels. And the same for the Bank Nifty, 16,800. So we'll be watching 16,800 for the Nifty and 38,500 for the Bank Nifty. If we find this support, then we'll take the stock specific buy. If we look at the sector specific, on Friday, there was like FMCG and pharma. I think they are going to see the positive momentum. So within that, ITC and HUL is looking good. On a cautious note, IT was already weak, but then we saw some fresh selling in the pharma space. So I think, we in the metal space. So I think metals would be something, if market doesn't hold, metals will see further sell off. So we have to be avoiding metals for the next 1 or 2 trading session is what I think. Coming to derivatives data, derivatives with Nifty futures at witnessed a short build-up to the tune of 2.55%, which is an increase of 0.42 million shares. Put call ratio was down from 0.84 to 0.78, so little bit of weakness. The major call addition was seen at 17,100 and then 17,200. So this will act as a resistance. On the put front, 17,000 and 16,500. So this should be the support. Coming to Bank Nifty has seen the long unwinding to the tune of minus 0.40%, which was a decrease of 0.02 million share. The put call ratio also reduced from 0.74 to 0.72, a little bit of weakness. The major call and put addition were seen at the same strike price at 39,500. So this can be a straddle kind of thing. So net there was a selling pressure in the previous week. Even if today, if we see some amount of bounce, I think we need to be cautious. So I think the clear picture will be seen when the post expiry. After seeing the sector rollover and the overall rollover, we can take the fresh view. So we'll have a cautious view for next 2 to 3 trading session. And lower side 16,800 and 38,500. Those are the 2 key levels where we'll keep a watch, and any stock specific ideas, we'll initiate the longs at those levels. So that's the view for the day. I'll hand over to Vishal sir for research updates. Thank you.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Good morning, team. To start off with, first is IndusInd Bank. On a positive side, IndusInd Bank has announced an appointment of Mr. Vikas Muthu as a CEO and head member services for its 100% subsidiary, Bharat Financial. Now, if you look at Vikas, is a veteran banker with over 27 years of experience across banking and financial spectrum, and his most recent stint has been with the RBL Bank, wherein he was a MD and CEO of Microfinance Bank. We on the stock, I think, as there has been a bit of news flow that Bharat Financial Inclusion was going through a pain period. Now, with this new member addition, we could see a revival in the business, and we have a buy rating on IndusInd Bank with a target price of 1,630. Next is on HG Infra. So we attended a site visit of HG Infra, which is a Ganga Expressway. Overall, key takeaways has been positive in terms of the land availability which is there for the construction of this project, and even the timeline which company sees of its conclusion. And for the full year basis, that is the 23 and 24, company continue to maintain revenue growth which is more than like 20%. And what we understand is on the stock, asset monetization is the key event to watch from here on. We have a buy rating and positive view on HG Infra with a target price of 1,067. Next is on credit card data. So overall, neutral set of data in this particular gone by the last, which is the release which has come. The total card in force continue to remain stable, which is around in the month of February 23. That is stood at around 83.4 million. And if you look at from a growth rate point of view, it was double digit, which has been seen in the previous months again. Net card addition, though, I mean, it has seen the moderation in terms of what historical trend has been, which is net addition of 0.9 million, which is roughly around 9 lakhs odd new addition, which was around 13 lakh card addition in the month of January 23. In terms of major players, SBI continue to lead with the net card addition, followed by Axis, ICICI, and HDFC Bank. Now, if you look at within the space, banking space, what we have a recommendation is our topic still remain HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, and mid and small, which is a federal bank. We continue to have a positive and buy rating in the stock. Next is on in terms of order win update. So Bharat Electronics has signed a contract of around 3,000 with the Ministry of Defense, and this is a positive for the company. If you look at this particular supply is for the development of fire control, gunfire control, surveillance and tracking, ESM and sonar system. If you look at in terms of order inflow in this particular year, which is roughly touching 12,000 odd crore, and which in terms of revenue visibility, this bodes pretty well, and company has an order book which is almost closer to 50,000 odd crore, which is 3 times their trailing revenue. So this is a positive for Bharat Electronics. Next is on positive development on Dalmia Bharat. So company has held its entire stakeholding in one its non-core venture, which is refactory, to a promoter group entity for 800 crores. And if you look at from a business point of view, in line with the strategy to exit non-core business and investment, this approval has been done by the board of directors of Dalmia Bharat. Company is doing a con call today, so we'll get more clarity. But overall, I mean, if you look at, it's a positive development for Dalmia Bharat. Next is on rights in terms of order win. Though it's not a major order, because company will get a net order win of around 77 odd crore. With this, because they have won the order in JV, the total size is 122 crore. But I think in the space, the takeaway has been order win in the infrastructure construction space has been pretty positive. So that bodes well, and that's what our rights is again signifying it. So within the space, infra and construction, we still find the stocks in the like of PNC Infratech, and then HG Infra, and then further in the building space, Ahluwalia and PSP. So that bodes well for the infra construction space as a whole. Last thing from my side is on the news flow. Company Mahindra & Mahindra has acquired around 7.7 odd crore shares of its subsidiary, that is Mahindra Aerospace, and it's taken its holding 200% to around 31.5 odd crore.